This morning, the Arvada community is mourning the loss of a police officer killed in the line of duty early Sunday morning.
Officer Dylan Vakoff was responding to a family fight when he was shot and killed. 9 News reporter Jordan Chavez joins us live outside the Arvada Police Department headquarters. And Jordan, many are coming there to honor his life.
Corey and Gary, Officer Vakoff was only 27 years old, but as you can tell from this memorial behind me, he certainly made a very big impact in just those 27 years. Let me step aside to let you see for yourself all these flowers, some balloons out here as well, a lot of really sweet cards thanking him for his service, his protection, and of course the sacrifice we saw made yesterday. Now, he and another officer responded early yesterday morning around 1:45 to what police described to us as a disturbance. We were told that it was in a neighborhood just north of that I-70, I-76 interchange. Well, Arvada PD says when their officers arrived, there was a chaotic scene with people in the street. Officers were trying to separate several people they describe as both belligerent and uncooperative. And that's when the suspect shot a woman that we are told is expected to be okay, thank goodness. Arvada PD says both their officers and the suspect fired shots at each other, and both Officer Vakoff and the suspect were hit. Vakoff was taken to the hospital where he did sadly die. The suspect was also taken to the hospital. He is expected to survive, and he does remain in police custody at this time. But you have to think this all comes as the Arvada community is still healing from another shooting that killed one of its officers just over 1 year ago.
I worked at the surplus store in Old Town for the shooting where Mr. Beasley got killed, and that wasn't a pleasant experience. It kind of rips the Band-Aid off of that, and it just brings up a lot of bad memories from that day.
And we are expecting to learn a little bit more about the suspect as well as what happened yesterday and what was on that call early in the morning. Again, we're expecting to learn those details a little bit later today. We are also told from Arvada PD that the suspect does have a criminal history, although they would not elaborate on that over the weekend. And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to remember Officer Vakoff, who he was, and the impact that is still lasting this morning, guys.
And Jordan, it sounds like you're hearing some of those stories even this morning from people who are visiting there.
Corey, this is an incredibly heartbreaking place to be this morning. We are seeing a lot of adults, a lot of people who serve in the force and on the firefighter department as well, who are coming out here. Hard to even get the words out this morning as we're on air. We're giving them an opportunity if they would like to remember him on camera. A lot of them say they would absolutely love to. They can't find the words right now, and they're also just having a hard time keeping it together. This is a really hard place to be this morning, but certainly an important one to be as well, Corey.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's just hard for them to wrap their minds around the fact that this was a 27-year-old officer, just so young. So a lot more to learn about him for sure as the day goes on. Jordan, thank you.
Well, right now, hundreds of people in Aurora are out of their homes after an apartment explosion on Saturday. The investigation is still going on to find out the cause. 9 News reporter John Glasgow joins us from the scene this morning. John, the Red Cross did give many of those people shelter.
That's right. They've put up those people in places for the time being until they can find some long-term accommodation. But this morning here, this apartment complex is behind a fence as well as some tape here that you can see. Also, too, we want to zoom in. You can still see that gaping hole there in the 4th floor. That's where the explosion happened. And what's interesting is there aren't any burn marks around the damage, but you can see that there are some utility meters in there as well. Now, Aurora Fire says that they're still trying to determine the cause of the explosion and if the building is structurally sound enough for people to return. So the explosion had happened Saturday around 10 o'clock in the morning. Aurora Fire Rescue was called to the apartment complex for reports of smoke. When crews arrived on scene, and while they were looking for the fire and evacuating the residents from the building, one of the apartments exploded. 3 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. They are expected to be okay. Now, Aurora Fire said that the explosion happened near electrical equipment, the elevator, and what appears to be utility meters. Residents say that there was something odd happening with the electricity before the smoke and before the explosion.
No flames. It was just a huge pop. Lots of smoke. It wasn't black smoke. It was like white smoke. But the firefighters came in really quickly, and it dissipated after that.
I think combustion is actually a lot better word to use because like I said, there was no flames. It was just all smoke, and then debris flew everywhere with a loud noise.
So this morning I can still see two vehicles here in the parking lot that were damaged from the explosion. One is that Mercedes-Benz that's parked right in front of the building just below where the explosion happened. There is no timeline right now for when residents can return. The Red Cross is working on that long-term accommodation for the people that are living here. We also reached out to Holland Residential. That's the property management company that looks after this building, to see if we could get some sort of response for them. As of this morning, we have not heard back.
Yep, lots of debris scattered and must have been pretty powerful. John, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We're coming off a week of record-breaking temperatures, and the fish along the Front Range didn't fare so well. Colorado Parks and Wildlife say a lot of the fish in places like the Man-Nyholt Lake at the Adams County Fairgrounds have died in the last week. The heat triggered a major algae bloom in the lake. Take a look at this. And that, combined with the heat, took a lot of oxygen out of the water. Both of those factors combined with low water levels meant the lake was just unlivable for the fish there.
Ew.
It's bad.
Man, looks bad. Hey, it is game day for Broncos country, and Russell Wilson is waking up back in his old town. Wilson and the Broncos touched down in Seattle yesterday afternoon. We have been waiting for this for days. Yeah, so our 9 Tuna's Drew Litton kind of captured the mood. Let's ride. Yeah, he's got the Broncos saying let's ride with the mood ring, the mood meter there. Yeah. Mood meter, I guess that's what that is. And the excitement is on full.
It's very exciting.
Yes, indeed. Hey, we are less than 12 hours away from kickoff. We'd love to hear from you. How you feeling about the Monday Night Football matchup against Seattle? Can the Broncos pull out the season opener against the Hawks? Our poll is live right now. Go to 9news.com/vote now and let us know what you think. And it's a big night for Wilson and the Broncos. Sports Director Rod Mackey getting us excited for the season kickoff. He talks to our Broncos insider Mike Kliss and a former Seahawk, Chad Brown.
It's game day, or game night, finally. Broncos, Seahawks, the Denver debut of Russell Wilson. They traded away 4 picks, 3 players, big, huge contract. Time to start earning that money.
All that hype, all that anticipation for Russell Wilson, it's time for him to play well, to keep it going, and to beat Geno Smith.
Chad Brown, a former Seattle Seahawk. What kind of reception will Russell get when he steps onto the field here?
I believe when he goes out to the field to warm up, there'll be cheers to acknowledge what Russell Wilson meant to those Seahawk fans. But after that, the gameplay starts, and those 12s are going to try to throw Russell Wilson off his game. He will hear boos for the first time in that stadium.
And by the way, first game for the new owners, too. Rob Walton will be at the game, so will Greg Penner. Let's see if the Broncos can get him a win.
New owners, new head coach, new quarterback. It all begins Monday night. Broncos at Seahawks. Cannot wait. We'll send it back to you.
All right, and a lot of people can't wait. Apparently, 72% of our poll say that the Broncos are going to win.
563 votes right now.
There you go.
At least that's coming up. There was a point in time this morning, it was like 61% said yes, and we were like, Russell Wilson's on our team.
Weren't very confident early in the morning, but confidence levels coming back up here.
We're better this year than we have been in years.
Yeah.
Seattle, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know anything can happen, but I'm really feeling like the Broncos are going to do it.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I've been watching Geno Smith for years, and we got the better quarterback.
Truly, yes. We do.
And as long as he stays healthy.
Right, there's that.